Good morning, dear students. How are you? Yes, I am fine, and I hope all of you are fine. So, once again, welcome to the online class. So, in this session, we are going to discuss about the new chapter in the history, that is the Mughals and the Marathas. Yes, so the Mughal Empire, it is very important empire in our Indian history. So, they ruled from 1526 to 1707 Common Era. Yes, so in this Mughal Empire, Babur, he has established the Mughal rule in India. Yes, and he belongs to Turkestan. Yes, and his father name is Umar Sheikh Mirza, and he was a small king of Pargana, that is in Afghanistan. Yes, after the death of his father, Babur, who ascended the throne at the age of 11. Yes, and he had a lead of his life as a nomad. Yes, for 5 times. That means he became a nomad, and after this situation, he invaded India for the 5 time. Yes, and he defeated the Delhi Sultan Ibrahim Lodi, yes, in the Battle of Panipat, that is in 1526. So the first Battle of Panipat, it was taken in 1526 within the Ibrahim Lodi and Babur. Yes, so like this, Babur, he established the Mughal dynasty in India. Yes, and this battle, it is known as the first Battle of Panipat. Yes, and he made the Delhi his capital. Yes, and he started the ruling in the Delhi. And next one is Humayun. Yes, so you can see here Babur, he established the Mughal dynasty in our India by making the first Panipat battle, that is in 1526. And then after, Humayun will come. Yes, and he is a very important second king of this Mughal dynasty, and he was the son of Babur. Yes, and in the beginning he faced so many problems, that is unstable and displaced kingdom, trouble from Afghans. Yes, so Afghanistan peoples, that means the Bahadur Shah, who makes some inventions on this dynasty. Yes, and he conquered Kalinjar fort. Yes, and Daura, Jaunpur. Yes, and Chunar fort. Yes, and like this, Humayun was defeated by Sher Shah. Yes, and later, then after he that power that goes to the Sher Shah. So Humayun is defeated by Sher Shah. Yes, let us discuss about Sher Shah. So he ruled from 1542 to 1545 Common Era. So the original name of this Sher Shah, that is Farid. Yes, and he was the founder of this Sur dynasty. Yes, during his childhood he was faced so many problems. Yes, and he was deprived by his parents' love, and he wandered about some years. That means he wandered for some years. Yes, and then after he was working under the Barkhanan Lohani, the king of South Bihar. Yes, and then after he killed a tiger single hand, and thus he earned a title, that is Sher Khan. Yes, and next, Sher Shah, he defeated Humayun and occupied Punjab, Sindh, Multan, Gwalior, Malwa, and Raisan Durga. So these are the important places where come under the Sher Shah. Yes, and the Sher Shah administration system, it is very important. So his administration, it is very important. So during his administration, he was the head of the all administration powers. Yes, and there were some council of ministers were there to help him. Yes, and civil and military powers were also in his hand. Yes, and the kingdom, it is divided into the regions, that is called Paranganas. Yes, and he has a cavalry, infantry, and elephantry. So among them, cavalry, it was very powerful. Yes, and he also established or implementing the stamping system, stamping on horses to identify their horses. Yes, and the agriculture, it is very important occupation of during that time, and land tax, it is based on the fertility of land. Yes, so that is a fertility of land, that means the land, it is classified into the three main base, that is good, average, and lower. So every year they had to pay 1/3 of their harvested crop as a land tax. Yes, and Sher Shah is well known for his impartial justice. Yes, and he conducted his court every Wednesday evening. Yes, and also he he introduced a new coin that is made by silver, that is known as dam. Yes, and the four main highways also constructed by his Sher Shah. That is it is very important highways which is made by the uh, Sher Shah. Yes, and next one is Akbar. So Akbar is very famous king among the Mughal king. Yes, so he was born in Amarkot, that is in Sindh region. Yes, and Humayun was the father of this Akbar. Yes, and when he got the power, he was only 14 years. Yes, and after the death of Humayun, Hemu, the military general of Bengal king Muhammad Shah Abdali, he opposed the conquered Delhi and Agra. Yes, and this led to the terrific second battle. Yes, that is second Panipat battle. It was done between the Akbar and Hemu. Yes, and like this, next another important battle was there, the Battle of Haldighat. So it is very important battle in this history, that is medieval India. Yes, so the Battle of Haldighat, it is very significant battle in our India. Yes, and after the death of the Chittor king Rana Uday Singh and his son Rana Pratap Singh, he came to power, and Akbar, he sent his powerful army under the leadership of General Man Singh and fight with against this Rana Pratap. Yes, and like this, he laid the firm foundation for Mughals to emerge as a powerful kingdom in medieval India. So let us discuss about the Akbar's religious policy. Yes, so Akbar, he was very harmonious person, so that's why he allowed his Rajput wives to perform puja in palace. Yes, and that's why he also opposed the harassing women and children of enemy state. Yes, and he also ordered not to arrest Hindu who did not take part in war and turn them into slaves. Yes, and he also ordered against the conversion of such Hindus into Islam. And jizya, it is a tax which is imposed on Hindus, that is also abolished. Yes, and Hindu religious books he translated into the Persian language. Yes, and during his administration, Raja Todarmalla was a great finance minister during he belongs to the Hindu. Yes, and some important persons like Bhagwan Das is there, Man Singh is there. Yes, and Todarmalla is there. So they are belonging to the Hindu religion. Yes, and he also celebrated some Hindu religions festivals like Raksha Bandhan is there, and Deepavali is there, and Shivratri is there, so which is celebrated in this court. Yes, and he also established or he implemented a new type of religion, that is Deen-e-Ilahi. It was established in the year 1582. So Deen-e-Ilahi, it is the best aspect of all religious and were present in these new religions. Yes, and so like this he implemented the Deen-e-Ilahi new religion. And let us discuss about the Akbar's administration system. So Akbar, he has divided his administration, that is kingdom, into the central government, provincial government and paraganas. Yes, and Akbar, he was a very emperor of the vast kingdom and commandant of his army, that is executive head of the judiciary, that all powers belong to the Akbars. Yes, and there were four ministers, they were called as Vakil, Diwan, Mir Bakshi and Sardar to assist the administration. And let us discuss about revenue system. So in the revenue system, he implemented the Jupti system into practice. Yes, so it is also called as a Todarmalla system. Yes, and bamboo measuring sticks with iron hooks were used to measure the lands. Yes, and the land, it was classified into the Polas, yes, Paroti, Chanchar and Banjar. And also, so Banjar, that is the barren land, it was an exception from the taxes, and the tax, it is based on the fertility of the soil, as we know. Yes, and each farmer was given a patta, that is a land. Okay, and next one is the police system, that is considered as a Kotwal system. It was very well organized during that time. And Akbar, after the Akbar, his elder son, his name is Jahangir, he came to power and he provided a good administration, and he continued the all political policies after the Akbar. Yes, and let us discuss about Shah Jahan. Yes, so Shah Jahan is a very important person in the Mughal Empire. Yes, and he took Ahmednagar under his control. Yes, and also he also defeated Portuguese in 1632. Yes, and his important contribution like Taj Mahal is there, Red Fort is there. So these are the important buildings are his contributions. Yes, and so that's why his age, it is considered as the golden period of the medieval India. What it? And last one is Aurangzeb is there. So Aurangzeb was a very important person, and he imprisoned his father and ascended to the throne with the title of Alamgir. Yes, and he temporarily quelled the rebellions of Ahams in the east, and that is in the northwest side. Yes, and Aurangzeb, who attempted to implement the philosophy advocated in Quran society, and some important Hindu temples were spoiled during his region, and he had prohibited sati system and musical performance and processions and gambling and consumption of liquors and ganja, etc. Yes, and he lived a simple life, and he was called as a Zinda Fakir. Yes, that means a living fakir. So let us discuss about some contributions of Mughal Empire. That is, first one is administration. So they consider themselves as emperors and called themselves as a Badshah. That means the administration head, it is considered as a Badshah. Yes, and Badshah, he has an absolute head of the administration, and all the military and judiciary power go with him. Yes, and he has a ministers to assist him, and he has the absolute power to appoint or to remove the ministries. Like, yes, and then next one is revenue system is there. So revenue, that is land tax, it is very important, and it is based on the fertility, and the tax which is that is imposed on 1/3 of a product was paid as a tax. Yes, and next one is society. So society, there were some kings were there, ministers are there, officers are there, employees are there. So they have their own status, and apart from some kings, excluding Aurangzeb and other rulers, they indulge in music, dance, consumption of liquor, gambling, and other means of entertainment. And farmers' life was very miserly due to the heavy land tax and inefficient policies, and the rulers and interference of middlemen was done there. Yes, and let us discuss about the economic system. So a good economic system, it is related to the irrigation, because they have provided irrigation facility, and it increased the growth of agriculture. Yes, and they have some government factories also there, and they were established in Banaras, Patna, Dhaka, yes, and Sonar, Lahore, Fatehpur Sikri. Yes, and during the Mughal region, apart from the internal trade, a trade relationship were with the countries of Asia, Europe. Yes, and they exported some things, they imported some things like raw silk is there, metals, horses, perfumes. Yes, and they were exported clothes, paper. Yes, like this. Let us discuss about the literature. So Babur and Jahangir were the scholars. Yes, and they were wrote their autobiographies, that is Babar Nama, that is Tuzaki, Jahangir is there. Next Abul Fazl's Akbar's court, that is Ain-e Akbari is there. Yes, so Akbarnama, that is wrote in Persian language. Yes, and let us discuss about the art and architecture. So Fatehpur Sikri, it is very important, that is in Agra. Yes, and next one is the Indo-Persian style they were implementing during that time. Yes, we found Red Fort, which is the contribution of this Mughal Empire. Akbar Mahal is there, Jahangir Mahal is there, Panch Mahal is there. Yes, and Jodhabai Mahal is there. So these are the some important art and architecture contribution of this Mughal Empire. Next one is painting. So painting, it was very flourished during the Humayun and the Mughal kingdom. So Mir Sayyid Ali and Abdus Samad of Persia, they were very important painting were done by them. Yes, and 7 artists in the court of Akbar were there. Among them 13 were Hindus. Yes, and next Jahangir court Ustad Mansur was there. Yes, Abdul Hassan was there. So their contribution, it is very important towards the painting. Yes, so thank you for watching this video. In the next class we will study about the Marathas. Thank you.